Starbucks coffee, Rainier beer, Seahawks football, bleed blue and green's how we roll around here. We're like sitting around a bonfire on a Friday night, shooting Apple Crown, throwing down rain or shine. When everybody says it always rains round here, we just smile and crack another beer. 'Cause we got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up.
Hello, and welcome to Chit Chat, a podcast all about encouraging others. Who needs encouragement? You? Well, we've got you covered. We reach out to musicians, comedians, and other organizations who are all about encouraging their communities. Help us spread the love by sharing this podcast. And now, here's your host of Chit and Chat, Jody Sheffield.
Starbucks coffee, Rainier beer, Seahawks football, bleed blue and green's how we roll around here. We're like sitting around a bonfire on a Friday night, shooting Apple Crown, throwing down rain or shine. When everybody says it always rains round here, we just smile and crack another beer. 'Cause we got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up.
Hello and welcome to Chit and Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. That was Hoodies and Romeos by Joel Gibson Jr. Love having him on, sharing his music. He's a country artist from the Pacific Northwest here in Washington State, and he's going places, definitely going places. Check out his website at joelgibsonjrmusic.com for his schedule. He is in concert all the time. He has merchandise you can buy, his CDs, hats, hoodies, and much, much more. That's Joel Gibson Jr. He is on social media all over the place. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and much, much more. Check him out and follow him. He is going places. This is Chit and Chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Chit and Chat podcast, encouraging one another podcast. I just got my tongue tied and just realized what I was saying, but we're going to keep on going. This podcast is about encouraging others, lifting up others, sharing kindness. I reach out to musicians, nonprofits, comedians, whoever I can to share their story about encouragement. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to pop in today for this podcast episode. This week, no guest, just me and some notes I've taken and some pondering questions for you. So hopefully it doesn't get too boring or monotonous, and kick back and relax as we share some encouragement. I wrote down some things that I've been thinking about. 10 things that I remember from the 80s. You're like, why the 80s? Well, I was born in 1970. And I think the 80s was a great era. That decade it was amazing with this different, the best music, the best movies, good TV shows, And so I've taken a few notes on a few things that I remember from the 1980s. Number one is a TV show that I remember quite often. That show, Knight Rider. Oh my goodness, who didn't want Kit? Who didn't want a talking car, a car that would drive itself for us? We're in 2022. I think it happened, hadn't we? Don't we have talking cars and self-driving cars now? Kind of insane. And number two was something I've been thinking about often. Jingles from the 1980s. All kinds of different products and things. Let's see, gonna find a few jingles I'll share with you. Let's see. We'll share a couple here.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And now kids come gather round. School had just skipped into town. So skip it, to run, to jump, to hop, hop.
I do not remember that one at all. Skip it. But I do remember this one.
Soldiers starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best
Part of waking up is having some coffee in your cup. Okay, it's Folgers, but I love coffee. Any kind of coffee in my cup, I'm good for. Give me coffee. Let's see, what's some other good ones we had. Let's see. There's so many to choose from. I'm trying to break down some of the really good ones I really like. What's this one?
stripes, fruit stripe gum. Oh.
Fruit stripe gum, that's right. Oh my goodness, that gum is so gross. I love big red gum, the red gum and this kind of the spicy gum. That was always my favorite kind of gum. But what was some other? Oh, there's a good one. Hang on. You might like this one. My buddy and me. Luckily, I did not have to have My Buddy when I was a kid, so I was pretty happy with that. And the Coke commercials were the popular ones. The Wendy's was the beef. It wasn't a jingle, but the quote was always pretty funny. I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me. Oh man, and my grandma drank Dr. Pepper all the time. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Would you like to be a pepper too? So that was jingles. Oh my goodness, there's some great jingles back in the 80s. Next one up is Walkmans and boom boxes. Those are awesome to have, weren't they? Have a Walkman with a ton of cassettes. You could just go do whatever you want and walk wherever you want. Here, all those boom boxes around got a little heavy and cumbersome after a while. You can't put a boom box in your pocket, but you can clip on a Walkman and go for a walk and throw in some tunes. Man, I burned through some batteries. I think they were AA batteries, and that kind of faded away around 1990 when the CDs took over. Let's see, something else. Rubik's Cubes. They were pretty popular when I was growing up. They were created in the mid-70s, and they are still selling today. And there's all kinds of Rubik's Cubes now. There's 2x2s up to 9x9s and different puzzles and different makes and models of Rubik's Cubes. It's pretty insane the amount of mind-boggling puzzles there are today. Who out there did not want a DeLorean, especially after watching Back to the Future? Seeing that flying car and the doors that popped open from the top. I think everyone wanted a DeLorean back in the days, and I don't know about which one I want more, DeLorean or the Kit car. Probably the Kit car. Around 1981, a TV channel started that played videos all the time. It was freaking phenomenal. MTV, oh my goodness, where have you gone? That was a great era, a great time of just getting home and watching music videos all the time. And he's kind of recently went away, I believe. I like VH1 better than MTV. I wasn't sure, not sure when VH1 started. I always liked them a little bit more than MTV. And who didn't want to be Ferris Bueller? I mean, seeing that movie, and as Ferris Bueller skipped school and went to Fenway and saw a game, got stuck in the parade, and oh man, to be in that situation, walking down, having a great time, and so here's a little snippet of that.
You're crazy!
What do you think?
Oh, Cameron, wasn't he a character? Cameron. Twist and shout. Oh my goodness, what a good movie. And what's the quote he always said? Let's see, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. How true is that, man? Another thing about 80s is we had the best movie quotes. I mean, that was one of them. I'll be back. Or Field of Dreams. If you build it, you will come. We had so many good quotes and so many movies back in the days in the 80s. And so I made some other additional notes. Oh man, let's see. Oh, when you were driving and you had a cassette in your car or your truck, and it's playing a song, and all of a sudden you hear this, you know that was the worst sound ever. And no, I just killed it. I just nailed that sound, didn't I? That was your cassette player eating your cassette as you just ate it. It's how you pull it out, or if you're fortunate on a boombox, you pull it out. And the only tool to use back in those days was a number 2 pencil as you rolled it back together. And sometimes you might look at it and actually fix it. Other times you're probably going to snap that cassette. Let's see. There's some other ones. Storing cassettes. Oh my goodness, what are those cassettes? Bulky. You have a whole box of cassettes in your car as you're riding around with your radio cranked. Who misses Casey Kasem? Oh my goodness. You know, I was just telling my wife a few days ago, listen to Casey Kasem on the radio and the dedication line, and listen to him all the America Top 40 and the request line. You know, hey, this is Susan. I'm calling for a song for my boyfriend Bobby, who's in New York, and I miss him. And oh, the day is a Casey Kasem American Top 40. Going to the arcade. Who did not go to arcade? I mean, I went to the arcade all the time, and pocket full of quarters, going down playing Pac-Man, Galaga, Centipede, Pole Position, great classic cars in the 80s, and that was some good old times. And as I said earlier, 80s had the best movies. I mean, we had Top Gun, Princess Bride, Stand By Me, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Last Crusade. You know, Last Crusade with the Indiana Jones, Empire Strikes Back, E.T., Die Hard, Field of Dreams, Terminator. We just had so many great movies in the 80s. It's probably one of the best eras of movies ever, I believe. TV shows, we had a massive amount of great TV shows. Little House on the Prairie, Cheers. Let's see, we had Magnum P.I., Saved by the Bell, Miami Vice, The A-Team, speaking of Miami Vice, man, I was Don Johnson. I loved Miami Vice. It's my favorite show, and I had the white coat, and I had the shoes. Didn't wear the socks sometimes. And I remember I watched so much Miami Vice one time. My brother was getting me up for school, and I was dreaming I was in the scene in Miami Vice, and I just kind of popped forward and fell back slowly, like I'd been shot in my dream. And my brother yells, "I think Jody was shot," because I kind of fell back in slow motion. It was pretty entertaining, but man, there was some great shows in the 80s. Great movies as well. I missed Flight of the Navigator. It's one of my favorite. And The Last Starfighter. What kid did not want to be in The Last Starfighter? I mean, have you seen the movie or not? There's a video game in this trailer park in the middle of nowhere, and this guy named Alex is constantly playing this game. And I think he beats it, I think. And this ship comes and lands and recruits him to go to be part of their fleet, their armada in space. Oh my goodness, I'm like, who didn't want to be Alex in that movie, Last Starfighter? And lastly, 80s music. We had some of the best music from Michael Jackson, U2, Whitney Houston, Duran Duran, Madonna, Prince, Phil Collins, and Genesis. We had Billy Joel, Van Halen, my goodness, Bon Jovi, and Bruce Springsteen, and so many more. I think that the songs of the 80s are still around. It always will be around. It's great having radio stations that play old classics of radio stations and of radio songs from the 80s. And you're like, I know you're wondering, what is this about encouragement and kindness? Well, I'm just thinking about today and being appreciative of the many things we have or had in our past, and many things we learned, and some things we take for granted. We take for granted of things that we take for granted of. I mean, it's hard to explain, but be thankful for some of the trials and things you went through. And I'm hoping that you faced them and you got through them, some of the difficulties in life, and you move forward. And we don't live in the past. We live in the present. But I'm hoping that this encouraging podcast can help you just kind of put a smile on your face, help you through some difficult times you're going through or been through, and just sharing some positivity, man. I was just thinking of the 80s and back in the days with no bills, no worries, and just being a kid, and here I am, 51 years old, and those times have flown by. And to be thankful that you're in the moment you're in, and be appreciative of the things you've gone through. Be an encouragement to somebody. Uplift somebody. It's easy to be down and out and all worried and upset. But I'll challenge you. Tomorrow's a new day. And whatever you're going through, give it to God. God's there to take your trash. And there's a video I've seen where you can go to him and just drop all your trash at his feet and say, God, take my trash. Take my worries. Take my heartache. Take my finances. Take my health. And give it to God. So many times we want to pick it up and take it back with us. And God's like, no. Leave it at my feet. I will take care of you. I will help you through the darkest of days. I will help you when your health is failing. I'll be with you. I will guide you. Just look to me in all things. Trust in me in all things. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes we want to be the captain of our ship. We're like, God, you're the captain of this ship. Guide me. Watch over me. Protect me and my family. So as I walk down memory lane here today, I just want to share with you you are loved. Anytime you need prayer, you need some encouragement, you want to come on here and share your story. Maybe you've got some areas in your life you've battled through and you've gone through. I'd love to talk to you. And if you want to share your story with someone else. Each of us can make a powerful impact in each other's lives. Each of us can share a kind word to someone. We can share hope. We can share a story of life. And one of my guests, Michelle Moore, who we've had in this podcast, a great friend of mine. I've known her and her husband for a number of years. Her podcast was probably one of the most difficult I had to do. I see Michelle's son went for a run. He ran all the time. 16 years old, went for a run and never came home. He had a heart attack. He died. Talking to Michelle, getting her story about that fateful night, as well as the book that she had written. That was pretty emotional for me, trying to interview someone who had gone through the loss of a child. Now she was making an impact in her community, talking to families, helping families who have gone through similar situations. We can all impact someone in our life. We can all share life with each other. And sometimes we think it's easy to hold those feelings inside, hold our story to our close to our sleeve, not share it with anyone. But you never know, that story that you have gone through, that you've faced, may make someone else's story a little bit easier. Maybe to help them through some difficult times that they faced. As I said at the beginning, this podcast is all about encouragement, kindness, positivity. I know it's not easy to be positive all the time. It's not easy because we go through life and every day brings us new challenges and new difficulties. Hang in there. And whatever you're facing, I pray that you will get through them. You will listen to others who give you encouragement and who can make a powerful impact in your life. As I wrap up here, I find some encouraging quotes for you that I could share with you. As I pull one up, let's see what's some good ones I can share with you as I wrap up today. So many to choose from. Fall down 7 times. Get up 8. It's pretty powerful, huh? Let's see.
I'm Dory. I suffer from short-term memory loss.
That's exactly what you say. You gotta put your past behind you. Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Wrong! When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world. Joy was stuck down here. You might as
as well be on another planet.
Wally!
I can't believe you. There is no way you could go that I won't be with you.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. That's a good one. Just keep swimming. Just get back up. Dust yourself off. Keep moving forward. This is Chit Chat, encouraging one another. Thank you for listening today. Have a great day. This episode of Chit Chat was brought to you by Veteran Roasters Coffee. Each purchase of Veteran Roasters Coffee helps employ one of tens of thousands of U.S. military veterans who have found hardship and difficulty upon transitioning home from service. They promise you the best beans from the best veteran-owned coffee company. Veterans helping veterans one cup at a time. Use the code CHITCHAT25 to receive 25% off your purchase at veteranroasters.com. Thank you so much for checking out the Chit and Chat, encouraging one another podcast. Wherever you're at, coming or going to work or just getting up or wherever, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to give us a listen. And if you like it, subscribe and follow us, and you'll get the episodes when they come out, usually every Wednesday. And I just have fun meeting people, talking to people, sharing life, sharing stories, and in hopes to bring some encouragement to you who could be out there be struggling with some issues or going through some hard times, and just trying to share positivity, kindness, and encouraging you. So thank you so much. You can find the Chit and Chat podcast on most podcasting platforms, Spotify, Anchor, and much, much more. Any questions about the show, or if you'd like to be a guest sometime, shoot me a message on Facebook, and or I'm on TikTok as well. I'd love to talk to you and get your story and perhaps have you on, and you can share your story to encourage others. Thanks again. Have a great day. Have a great week. Until next time, this is Chit Chat, encouraging one another podcast. I'm your host, Jody Sheffield.
Starbucks coffee, Rainier beer, Seahawks football, bleed blue and green's how we roll around here. We're like sitting around a bonfire on a Friday night, shooting Apple Crown, throwing down rain or shine. When everybody says it always rains round here, we just smile and crack another beer. 'Cause we got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up.